Hi, my name is K.P. Yohanan, President of Gospel for Asia. I count it my privilege to come to you today on the behalf of tens of thousands of suffering Christians, our brothers and sisters in the state of Orissa in northeast India. They are going through huge suffering, brutally abused, murdered, their houses burned down, pastors killed. We have never seen anything like this in India in a long, long time. This morning I asked my secretary this question: how can a human being look into the eyes of an old woman or a young man or child and cut them into pieces with a sharp sword? She paused and said, it has to be demons working. Well, that's what's happening for our brothers and sisters in Orissa today. During these past 5-6 days, we have seen at least 6 of our believers been brutally murdered, all because of their faith in Christ. Hundreds of Christian homes were completely demolished, destroyed. Over 20 church buildings destroyed. You say, who is doing it? What's going on? Well, it all began just a week ago when a Hindu priest was murdered by communists, and the anti-Christian fundamentalist simply said, no, it was done by Christians. And thousands of people went on a rampage, village after village, destroying houses of believers. And right now, thousands of Christians ran away into the forest and jungles for their life. This morning, our senior leader called from Orissa. He was crying on the telephone. And I said, Julia, what's happening? What's the latest? He said he just talked to a couple of our pastors in the jungles, and they are there with their believers, several hundreds of them. And one pastor said, I had a chance to escape with my life, but I decided to stay with my people. If they come and kill us, I am willing to die with my people. My brothers and sisters, I hold in my hand sheets of paper that describe over 75 separate attacks on believers, churches all over Orissa. I can't begin to read all these and do it in a couple of minutes' time, but here I read about a sister who was burned to death, another one raped, and another one, 40 shops were destroyed, belonged to the Dalit Christians, and on and on. And another one, tortured alive. They poured kerosene on him and tried to kill him. And so many now in the hospitals.
You know, in the beginning of the video, he says, you know, nothing like this has happened in a long, long time. And that really struck me when I saw the video message, because you got to understand, things are a lot different in India. And K.P. Yohanan, he has thousands of church plants, thousands of pastors under him, thousands that he's trained. And all of these guys that go out and start churches in India, they all assume they're going to get beat up. It's not like, oh, I might be one of those weird ones that gets beat up for the sake of the gospel. They just know going into these villages that they don't know what's ahead of them, and most of them get, almost all of them, maybe all of them get beat up at some point in their lives. And so when he says, we've never seen anything like this, that's going on right now in the state of Orissa just this past week, I go, okay, that's pretty major, as these people are getting to burn to death and stuff like that, and churches are getting burned down, and homes are getting burned down. I bring that up because I just really encourage you this week to really get beyond your American mindset, our American mindset, and think that, you know, everything's like it is here. Remember, we in America, there's like 300 million of us. That's it. 300 million. In Asia, there are 4 billion. Okay, and that's the world, and sometimes we can get thinking like, wow, it's all about us. And I really encourage you guys to this week be praying for them. And in fact, even right now, I'd love to pray for them. And